Now, what does that look like, by the way? Because I want to make that point pretty clear. And this can be done even if you don't have a dedicated server. You can start with just a regular shared account with one domain, except that let's go a little further and say we want to do something bigger than that. Let's say we want to go with 12, okay? I want to point that out. Here's the idea. These guys can sell these sites or rent them out or trade goodwill. And goodwill means what? It means a guy who doesn't want to pay is going to what? You're going to tell him, look, okay, you can't afford to pay. That's all right. We're going to help you. As long as you're willing to bootstrap yourself, we're going to help you. Go get yourself a domain name, point it at us, our name servers, and then we'll attach you in our cPanel, set you up. Then we're going to put a project up here for you. Okay. Now you have full access to it. Your phone number, your company name, your address, your email, your Google map, your everything. Okay, go straight to you. We don't have any hand in the money you make or anything. That's all yours. What do you owe us? You owe us this. You need to go out every month, okay, during the month, and you need to backlink yourself in 20 quality places, okay? That's like, why 20? 20 is a good number. It's one per day times 20 days that people work in a month. It's like, 4 work weeks of 5 days each, 20. 5 times 4 is 20, okay? So you're not asking for too much out of them. Once per day, go get a backlink. Just go to some directory that has anything to do with locksmiths and put yourself into the right city, and say, hey, I'm a locksmith in the city. Just go do it and put yourself in there, okay? All right, so the guy goes and he puts himself in. Well, what happens? Okay, let's say out of 353, let's say this. A bunch of guys are paying you. Let's say you're not even selling. Let's just say you're running. Let's say you're intentionally building this as your retirement asset because one day you're hoping to sell this whole thing to a buyer. I'm not kidding. That's the end game, okay? How much do you think setting up this entire project can be worth? You're going to create this. You're going to put subdomains for like 100 major cities in the state. Then you're going to create this, put subdomains for 100 major cities in a different state. Yeah, you can look that up. Top 100 most populous cities in Minnesota. Top 100 most populous cities in California. And you can just do each of these that way. That way they're not tripping over each other for keywords. That way if you go putting these things, backlinks and everything else, if you're going out and putting them in directories and you're backlinking each other, it's all partnership. Google doesn't smell a trick. There is no trick. All these things are aiming for different areas. So for your first, 50 of these, you're not even touching the same territories, okay? We're creating a flood of diversity that Google's going to love. By the way, what's the cost of creating all that content? Okay, we already said how much it costs to get the server plus how much it costs to get the domain set up, all these accounts. And you already had the templates, however many you had. Okay, assuming you had the templates. What's it cost to actually run this and make all of these things huge? Like if you had, 100 most populous cities times 40 keywords, say, is like 4,000 pages on this website, 4,000 on that, 4,000 on that, 4,000 on that, 4,000 on that, just to be simple. Okay, what's that cost? Nothing. Nothing. Okay, somebody paid for the domain names, someone paid for the server, and someone pointed all the domain names forward, which, by the way, if you bought, you can go to GoDaddy and hit bulk purchase, and you can paste in a list of even 350 domains and buy all of them all at once. Then you can go into your account and hit select all and then point the name servers forward on all of them all at once. So it literally can take you 5 minutes to buy 300 domains plus another 5 minutes to forward 300 domains to your name server. And then just simply start attaching the accounts, which, by the way, we have a cPanel creator for. Some of our guys have used it. They love it, and they just really enjoy how much time it saves. So it allows you to set up 300 cPanel accounts and upload it and hit go and walk away. And it will create all these accounts for you on your server. It will just go and create them all. Not only that, it will create the email address for each of these. Not only that, it will create the forwarding for those email addresses to somebody's regular email if you actually know where you want to send those things. Okay? Otherwise, you just do that when somebody buys or rents. Hop in that website and set it up there. Or you just simply do it when you run the pages out, when you create the project for the guy in the first place. Or you're just doing it for yourself. All this could be for an MLM that you run. All of this could be for a ClickBank product that you sell, even a single one, and you're setting it up for downline members. What's their contribution going to be? Anywhere from $10 up, because they're going to pay for the domain name that they forward you, right? And then you take it to, you help them out from there. And how hard is it going to be for you to do? 5 minutes, because you already had the project done. So you just put their information in, their affiliate link or whatever is going to be the token on the global variable sheet, and hit go. And it's going to put it up. Okay. So what do you think the game is? To have footers, a backlink in the footer, proud member of the whatever Action Locksmith Marketing Group. Okay. So this website will say, proud member of the Action Locksmith Marketing Group, whatever, that one, proud member of the Action Locksmith Marketing Group. Okay. Or in your case, whatever it is, marketing group, anything marketing group. How do you think super affiliates get to be great? They create their own clout. They make themselves massive like this, right? And then they invite people to join their group because they have a plan for them. They can help them grow on the fast track. So people are going to want to join their team because they have a lot on the ball. They know what they're doing. They're not just chatting. They're making things happen here, okay? That's the way you want to set yourself up, okay? Now, some of these guys, and let's say you're willing to sell. Some of these guys are going to pay whatever $2,000 for their finished website that's already starting to rank, already starting to get some traffic. Let's say you sell for $2,000. You could sell for 20. If one of these is getting a ton of traffic, it's worth 20. Sell for 20. Why? Because a locksmith surely gets 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 a month in profit from the hits they get, and that's the reality check. Okay, locksmiths make a living being locksmiths. So after all the payouts, they still have to have profit left over. So locksmiths are getting calls from people who lock themselves out. Every time somebody moves out, somebody new is going to move in. The renter, the landlord's got to change the locks. Okay. Same with apartments, same with homes. New building goes up and they need to find a locksmith to outfit all the doors in their new building. Okay. And set up all the master keys. There's a terrific amount of money in that. Okay. Nationwide. All right. So you can sell a website that's getting heavy traffic or great traffic. You can sell it for 20K and it would be a fair price. Okay. Let me be real simple though. Say you sold for 2K. Okay. And so then the only thing you charge them after that is the $100 renewal each year to renew their hosting. Okay. And that's an example. But if you do that, think about it. 350 clients times $100 each is 35,000 a year. That's just on the side. That's icing on the cake. All right. That's just the annual renewal each person pays, which is perfectly fair because no matter where they host, they're going to have an annual renewal to pay anyway. And if you think, well, what if they find a cheaper place? The answer is then they're not going to rank as well. Remember, part of what makes your hosting great is that you are organizing the backlinking so that this guy gets rewarded by Google for receiving backlinks from these guys. And these guys get rewarded from Google for backlinking this guy. Okay? That is the reality check. All right? And if you want to go deeper with tiered backlinking models to test them out, be my guest. If you want to just go simple, it's still going to be really, really effective. Just have every single website you create backlink one of them. That'll be your master. Okay. Now, remember all the chat about how did Huffington Post get big? How did Trulia get big? The same way. This is what it looks like behind the scenes at Huffington Post. One of these would be Huffington Post. All the rest of these, other websites, other news stations, or whatever, news websites. You guys ever go online and see that you can download news scripts and install them on your site for free and make yourself into a news site? Okay. Somewhere in there are going to be links back to Huffington Post. Some of the stories are going to go back to Huffington Post, would be the idea. Okay. What about Trulia? Same thing now. Real estate listing sites have listings that are on Trulia. And so Trulia set all this up in order to have a bunch of other websites point back at Trulia. So it creates the illusion of diversity. Okay. These are as those sites for different clients. If different clients come in and claim ownership of these things, you allow them ownership, they buy or rent, or you trade goodwill with you. Then they can have their own name, their own phone number, their own address on their own website. And they can go to Google Plus in their city and put it in. Imagine the beauty of that. What if you had people putting Google Plus entries for your websites, all of them, into their Google Plus, and Google seeing traffic, and you got a footer backlink that points to your master, okay? And that's your master. I didn't even mean to click on it. I'm not sure if this one's set up yet because they're setting the whole thing up. And I'm just joking about this being the master anyway, right? Because it's just, who knows which one's the master.